Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, hold tight.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a full face makeup look using only one brand. So today I'm going to be just using NYX Cosmetics. NYX is one of my all-time favorite drugstore brands. If you watched one of my recent videos, I just did a haul of a whole bunch of new NYX products. So I thought I would do a one-branded makeup tutorial using some of those new products and also some that I already had in my makeup collection. NYX, I think, is one of the best drugstore products. They are so affordable and they just have the most amazing high quality products. All their eyeshadows are really pigmented and beautiful. I love their lip products. They're some of my favorite lip products, the soft matte lip creams and the butter glosses, which I'll be using in my video today. And also their powder and blush highlight products, all of it. I just love everything from NYX. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. If you'd like to see this makeup tutorial, I've done a beautiful olive green and brown smoky eye with a pop of colour in the inner corner. And I've also given you two lip options. The first is this beautiful nude colour I'm wearing, and the second one is a nice bright orange lip as well. So if you guys would like to see how to get this makeup look using just NYX Cosmetics, please keep watching. So I'm going to start by using the NYX Angel Veil Primer. This feels really velvety and smooth on the skin. It does remind me of the Benefit Porefessional. I can feel it just smoothing out my pores really nicely. For foundation, I'm going to try out the new NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I'm using mine in the shade number Beige. Just going to put a couple of drops of this in the back of my hand and then pick it up with my beauty blender. It's really hard to match foundation online, so I thought this colour would match me pretty good when I've got a fresh spray tan, so it's not looking too bad. It might look a tiny bit darker now, but once we apply concealer and powder, it should blend in really nicely. It's giving me quite a nice coverage to start off with, so with the drop foundations you can always build up how much coverage you want by how many drops you do. So I did about 3 or 4 drops there, but you can always do less or more depending on how much coverage you're wanting. It is a very sheer liquidy texture as well, so it feels really lightweight on the skin, which I like. So if you're wanting to build up more coverage, it's not going to look really heavy and really cakey. This is my first time using this foundation, but so far I really like the feel of it and the coverage as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really nice, more natural, everyday foundation. Although it is a really tiny bottle, I was a bit shocked when I first got it. I was like, oh my god, this isn't going to last very long at all, but a little bit goes a really long way with this. So I actually think you're going to get quite a lot of uses out of this foundation. So I'm pretty happy with the colour. I think it's going to blend in a little bit better when I do add concealer and powder, like I said, and even bronze up my skin. But it's a really, really nice finish, and it just has a really nice lightweight feel as well, so it doesn't feel heavy or cakey at all. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with the foundation so far. Next, for concealer, I'm going to use the HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in the colour Beige as well. Just applying that right underneath the eye area, in between the brows, down the bridge of my nose, just around the corners of my nose where I tend to get a bit more redness, and also on my chin where I have this lovely little breakout here that decided to pop up, so that was nice. And I also like to do around the corners of my mouth because I find foundation tends to move there in your smile lines, so I like to apply a bit of concealer to there as well. And just going in with my beauty blender to blend that concealer out. A really nice lightweight concealer as well, and the colour is just a tad bit lighter than my skin tone at the moment with having a tan, so it will brighten up under my eyes a little bit, but it's nothing too bright and full on, which I think is much nicer for a more natural everyday look. So now I'm going to do a bit of cream contouring and highlighting using the NYX Wonder Stick. This is in the shade Universal. So I'm first going to use the highlight shade and just apply that just a bit more underneath where I put my concealer, just to brighten up this area here a bit more. Also going to apply that more in the center of the forehead. A little bit down the bridge of the nose, on the cupid's bow, and just a little bit in the center of the chin as well. And then using the contour side, I'm going to use that to contour my cheeks, just a little bit on my temples, across the forehead. And also just down the sides of the nose. It's actually a really nice contour shade. I find it's quite neutral. It's not too ashy or too warm, so I think it looks really, really nice. I'm just going to take my beauty blender once again just to blend out that highlight shade first. This is quite a subtle cream highlight. I do think other cream highlighters I've got are definitely more pigmented, but this one is just really nice, natural, soft one. If you're wanting to go for more of a natural contour and highlight look. And then blending out the contour as well. This product is really nice and creamy, and I'm finding it's really blending in nicely into the skin. It's not feeling patchy. Really like the smooth formula of this contour and highlight stick. Yeah, that looks really nice and natural. Loving that stick so far. To set all those areas on the face, I'm going to use the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette. So first I'm going to pick up the yellow banana shade to set all the areas I applied concealer and highlight. So just on my Dose of Colours setting brush, I'm just going to lightly set those areas. And using more of a yellow powder just really helps to brighten these areas and just especially makes your under eye area look more awake. This powder feels really nice and soft and lightweight. It doesn't feel too heavy, and it's not really drying either, so it's not going to look too matte on my skin, which I like because I do have dry skin, and I find anything that's too powdery will just sit on my skin and just look really dry and patchy, and this one's not doing that. It's blending really nicely on top of the concealer and highlighter. And then to set the contour, I'm going to use this lighter, more neutral coloured contour powder, and just picking that up on my MAC 168 angle brush. Just going to blend that right over the top. I really love that colour. It's a really nice neutral, slightly more ashier tone, so it does give a really nice shadow look to the cheekbone. Just applying some of that around the temples and along the forehead as well. I'm actually really loving this highlight and contour kit. I think it's really good for a drugstore brand to have such a really good quality highlight and contour products, because I find I haven't really found many good ones at the drugstore, so this one by NYX is definitely really, really nice. And the powders just blend beautifully onto the skin. They don't come off too stark and really hard to blend out. They just blend out really nicely and effortlessly on the skin, so really loving that powder and highlight contour kit. I'm going to bronze up my skin using the NYX Matte Bronzer. This one is in the shade DeepTan. So it's a really nice warm toned bronzer, which I really like to bronze up my skin with. Just going to pick up some of that on the Morphe E4 angle brush. And I find doing a bronzer after your contour just helps to really blend it out nicely as well, so it's not too heavy. If you have used a little bit too much product, I find using a bronzer can just kind of blend it out really nicely. And I have used this bronzer before, and I really, really love it for a drugstore bronzer. It's a nice matte one, and it does remind me a bit of MAC Give Me Sun, which is one of my all-time favourite bronzers. So I've been using this one quite a lot recently actually, because I don't want to run out of my Give Me Sun, because it is quite expensive. So finding a drugstore product that's very similar is always a really good bonus. So that's just given a really beautiful bronzed glow to the skin. I'm just going to go back in with that lighter contour shade just to set the nose contour that I did with the cream. And just picking some of that up on a MAC 224 blending brush and just lightly dusting that over the top. And I do like to bring it up to the brow. I just find it complements the eyeshadow look that I'm doing as well, because I'm going for more neutral brown colours with a pop of olive green as well. So I think kind of blending it up towards the brow, and it's going to meet with the eyeshadow as well, so I think it'll look really nice. Okay, so I'm going to add some blush to my cheeks. I'm going to go into the NYX Sweet Cheeks palette, and I'm going to use this shade here just very lightly. This looks like a really beautiful mauve nude brown shade. Just using my same MAC 168 brush, just picking up a tiny bit of that, because this looks really pigmented for a drugstore blush palette. So I'm just going to apply that to the apples of the cheeks just to give it a nice flush of colour, but nothing too bright. I find when you're going for a pop of colour on the eyes, you want to keep your cheeks quite neutral so that your eyes are going to be the focus. So going for more of a neutral coloured blush, I find always works really well. It's actually really nice. I only use the tiniest bit of product on here because these blushes are very pigmented. So I think this blush palette is really beautiful. There's lots of versatile colours in here. If you're a makeup artist, this would be really handy to have in your makeup kit. Also going to apply a little bit of a blush topper using the NYX Baked Blush. This one is in the colour Solstice. Like a beautiful bronzed peachy colour with some shimmer. It just looks so pretty. So I'm going to apply a little bit of that just right on top. Just to give a little bit of a sheen to the cheeks. So it looks really pretty in the light. I really like that colour. I think it looks really beautiful blended on top. Now for highlight, I'm first going to use a liquid highlighter, and I'm going to use this one here, the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator in the colour Pure Gold. Just going to apply some of that to the tops of the cheekbones with my Beauty Blender. I love these Born to Glow illuminators. I've got a few shades of them and I just find this so beautiful. They just blend into the skin really beautifully and just give a really nice subtle sheen glow to the skin. Also going to apply a little bit of that just right down the bridge of the nose, on the tip of the nose, and a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Just gives a beautiful, more bronzed, golden glow to the skin. It looks really pretty. And I'm going to set that liquid highlighter with a powder highlight using the NYX Strobe of Genius Illuminating Palette. This is such a beautiful palette. Oh my god, I've been waiting to use this for such a long time. I'm going to pick up this light champagne gold colour just on an Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight brush and just apply that right on top. And that's just going to intensify that glow a little bit more. Oh my god, that looks so pretty. These powder highlights are so pigmented for a drugstore brand as well. Oh my god. Not a lot of drugstore brands have good quality highlighters, but NYX definitely does. This palette is incredible. And I'm only using like the tiniest bit and flicking off my brush with product, so I don't apply too much, and it still just gives such an amazing glow and sheen to the skin. Like, look at that. That is so pretty. Also got to apply a little bit of that just right above the brows. Down the bridge of the nose. On the tip of the nose, and on the Cupid's bow. Just gives such a pretty glow and shine to the skin. I'm in love with this highlight palette. Moving on to the eyes, I'm first going to do my eyebrows using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I've got mine in the colour Brunette, and this is hopefully going to be a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz because I love that one so much. So this one has the nice little spoolie brush on the end that I'm going to comb my brows with. got a really nice fine tip on this one as well. So just starting by tracing out underneath my brows first. I always like to do this to get a really nice shape, and then I like to go in and fill in the brows. So just tracing underneath, and I also like to extend my brow just a little bit because my brow end's a bit short here, so I just bring it out a little bit more. Then I go on top and just trace along the top edge of the brows here. And then I'll go in and just using light strokes facing the same direction as the brow hairs, just lightly going in and filling in that area. I use a bit more pressure towards the end of the brow here where I have a little bit more sparse hairs, so I press down a bit harder there. But throughout the middle and the front of the brow, I'm using a lot less pressure. And then when I get back to the front here, I just turn the pencil around and just do light little upward flicking motions there. And then I go back in with the spoolie and just comb that through so the brow product is dispersed nicely and there's no patchiness as well. I'm actually really happy with that brow pencil. The colour is really nice and it feels nice and creamy. It's not too hard or waxy, which I find can be really hard to work with, but this brow pencil is amazing, so I'm definitely going to be using this for more everyday makeup and save my brow wiz for special occasions. I'm also going to go in with one of the NYX Tinted Brow Mascaras. This one is in the shade Espresso, just to set my brows in place. It's got a really nice thin brush. And just lightly combing through the brows. I have quite long brow hair, so they definitely like to flick up in all directions, so I definitely have to use a brow gel in my brows. This colour is really nice too. It's not too dark or too warm toned, so I find it's just blending really beautifully in with the brow pencil. So yeah, that looks really nice together. For my eyes, I'm actually going to start by picking up this warm brown tone from the Highlight and Powder Contour Kit. And with my Morphe M441 brush, I'm just going to blend that along the upper crease area. This will be our transition shade. I actually really like using contour shades and bronzers for this step. I just find they have really nice tone to them, being more warm or cool toned depending on what look you're going for, and they're nice and matte, and I just find that they blend out really beautifully on the eyes, so I really like doing that. I find it's quite versatile with bronzers and contour palettes because you can use them on the eyes as well, so it's just a step that I really like doing. And then I find the colour matches in really nicely with the contour and bronzer that I've got on the cheeks. These powders are so incredibly pigmented. I only had to use the tiniest amount of product, and I did flick off the extra product on the brush, and they're just blending out really nicely. They're really smooth and creamy powders as well, so I'm a big fan of the highlight and contour palette. I'm going to pick up that same shade on a Dose of Colours pencil brush and just apply that right underneath on the lower lash line. This is like my favourite brush to do this step with. It is a pencil brush, but it's so soft and not a hard pencil brush, so I find it blends beautifully and gives a more soft wash of colour, and then you can build up how much pigment you're wanting. And to darken up the outer corners of the eyes, I'm going to go into this more cooler toned brown shade from the Powder Highlight and Contour Kit. And using a Zoeva 224 Luxe Defined Crease Brush, I'm just going to apply that more directly in the outer corners of the eyes. And just blending it slightly across the crease here, just more directly in the crease as well. I'm just so in love with these powder contour colours, they're just so beautiful. And just going back in with that Morphe brush with no extra product, I'm just going to blend out the edges of those two shades. Picking up some of that darker colour on the Dose of Colours brush again, I'm just going to darken up the lower lash line some more, bringing it about 3/4 of the way across. I'm going to apply a base on my eyelid. I'm going to use the NYX Jumbo Pencil. This is in the colour Iced Mocha, a beautiful bronzed metallic gold shade. So I'm going to apply that all over the lid, more so in the inner corner area, and coming across to meet in the middle of the eyelid. I love these NYX Jumbo Pencils, they're so good. I've got the milk shade and I love using that in the waterline for a white eyeliner. I find they're so pigmented and they stay on really well without creasing, so love those. It's going to be a base for some shimmer eyeshadow that I'm going to use. Also going to apply that in the waterline as well, just so it gives a nice beautiful bronzed brown look. And now for the shimmer on the eyelid, I'm going to use this beautiful shade. This is a NYX Roll-On Shimmer, the colour Olive. This just looks so pretty at the store when I picked it up. I was like, oh, I love more olive greens to use than brighter greens. I just find they look a little bit more natural and you can blend them in with golds and browns and they just look so, so pretty. So I'm going to apply this straight onto the eyelid, just starting more towards the inner corner of the eye. Oh my god, this is so pigmented. So pretty. And I'm just going to get a brush just to blend that along the edges here. This is the same as the Weaver brush that I was using before. That's so pretty. Just gives a beautiful golden olive shade. The shape of the little rollerball makes it really easy to apply just directly on the lid because it's not too big. And it's just really convenient to do it like this. I love that colour. I think it looks so, so pretty on the eyes. I have to get a few more shades of this because it just looks so amazing and the pigment is so beautiful. And just to add a little bit more pop of colour, I'm going to take this more of an aqua turquoise green shade. This is one of the Prismatic eyeshadows in the colour Mermaid. I'm just going to apply that directly into the inner corners using a Napoleon Purtis. This is a smudging and sculpting brush. I love using this brush. It's got a really nice rounded tip to it and it just fits perfectly in the inner corner area. Oh my god, I love that colour. Oh, it's so pretty. Such a nice aqua green shade and it complements the olive colour really beautifully. Oh, I love that colour. The pigment on these eyeshadows from NYX is incredible. The Roll-On Shimmer and that Prismatic eyeshadow, so pretty. I think NYX has some of the best quality products for an affordable price. I really do. They're one of my favourite drugstore brands. Continuing with the olive bronze theme, I'm also going to use one of the NYX Glam Liner Aqua Luxe liners. This is a waterproof liquid liner in the shade Glam Golden. This is such a beautiful golden khaki colour. I love this when I saw this at the store. I knew I had to pick it up and try it out with this look. This is such a thin brush, which is going to make applying liquid liner that little bit easier. So I think this is going to be really, really good to use. So I'm just going to start applying that just about halfway along the eyelid, extending it out to the outer corner. And then I like to come back in and do the rest of the inner part of the lid. Just got a really beautiful khaki colour with golden reflex to it. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to do a wing out to the side. And connect it back onto the lid. This brush just makes it so much easier to do. Winged liner can usually take quite a while, but when you've got a really good brush to use, it just makes it that much easier. It looks really pretty. Just can't get over how pretty that looks. This liner is incredible. The brush just makes it feel like it's really easy to do, which it's not. And because it's a waterproof product, it's drying quite quickly, so it's not going to transfer up onto my eyelids, which I find happens with quite a few other liquid liners. So very impressed with this one. I'm definitely going to have to get a few more colours. We're looking for some more bright coloured liquid eyeliners, so I think NYX is the brand I'm definitely going to have to get a few more of. Now for mascara, I'm going to apply some of the NYX Pin-Up Tease. This is individual and curl mascara, so applying some of that to my top and bottom lashes. It's got a really nice curved wand, which will make giving a curling effect to the lashes a little bit easier. a really nice mascara to use. It's not clumping my lashes at all. It's just separating them and lifting them really nicely. I've just applied some lashes. These are the Huda Beauty Giselle lashes because I don't believe NYX sells lashes as far as I'm aware, so just had to use those ones instead. Now moving on to lips, I have 2 lip options to show you guys. The first one is something a bit more bold. It's a bright orange lip. This is one of the NYX Liquid Suede Cream lipsticks. This one is in the shade Orange County. This is just such a beautiful bright orange colour. That colour is so pretty. I find orange complements green really well, so the olive tones on the eyes look really beautiful with a bright orange lip. So if you're feeling a bit more bold and want to go for a colour, I think this orange shade would look really beautiful. And the second option is a nude lip. So first I'm going to use the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London. This is one of my favourite nude colours at the moment. I've been wearing it non-stop. It's just such a beautiful, warm, nude, pinky brown colour. So you could definitely leave it like this for a matte lip look, or you could add a gloss like I'm going to do right now. I'm going to add one of the NYX Butter Glosses in the shade Tiramisu. This would give it a nice creamy, glossy look. I've been loving pairing these two together. I just think they look so pretty. They go with any sort of makeup that you're wearing, and it's just so comfortable to wear. The glosses are not sticky at all. They're really nice and creamy. Just makes your lips feel really nice and hydrated as well. And then just to finish off the look, I'm going to use the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. This is meant to be a really nice long-lasting setting spray that gives a nice dewy finish to the skin. So spraying that all over. Wow, that came out really powerful. I wasn't expecting that. That just makes my skin feel really nice and hydrated and should add a nice glow to the highlight as well. So this is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, doing a one brand makeup tutorial using NYX Cosmetics. Let me know in the comments below what other brands you'd like me to do. I'm thinking of doing a MAC one because I used to work at MAC. I have so many MAC products. Also maybe Becca, Anastasia, Tarte, Too Faced. There's quite a few brands that I think I could do, so let me know in the comments if that's something that you would like to see. I'm really happy with the way this tutorial came out. I love the olive gold on the lid and this pop of colour with this aqua shade. I think it just looks really pretty for a fun pop of colour. And you have 2 lip options, the nude lip and the orange lip. I think they both go really well with this look. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. I have lots of videos coming for you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.